When I was growing up, I found that I was constantly changing who I was to make people happy. And then one day I realized that if I was going to be happy, I really had to figure out who I am as a person.
My little boy has always loved Spider-Man. And in fact, when he was 2 years old, he started wearing the Spider-Man costume every single day. And that sounds really cute, but I'm not kidding when I tell you every single day. When he was 3 years old, I couldn't get him dressed for church, and I thought, you know what, when you're 3, people understand. If you're still doing this when you're 13, we're going to counseling. He loved Spider-Man. In fact, we'd be in the grocery store, and I would forget that that wasn't normal behavior to wear Spider-Man all the time. And people would go, oh, look at you, Spider-Man. Andrew would go, psst. Because when he put on that costume, he became Spider-Man. One time we were in the mall, and we were on the second level at Sears. And Andrew was completely dressed as Spider-Man with his mask and gloves. And we got in the elevator to go to the first floor. The doors opened, and suddenly Andrew's going, psst, and I'm used to it, so I don't pay him any attention. And I stop, and I'm looking at some men's clothes. And then all of a sudden, I realized I hadn't heard any noises. So I turned around, and I couldn't find Andrew. That is the scariest moment for a parent, when you can't find your child. The problem for me was I couldn't start saying, Andrew, Andrew, get over here, because he was not Andrew. And I was not going to walk through Sears going, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, you better get over here, because then they would take me away. So I kept looking for Andrew, and I couldn't find him anywhere. And finally, I went over to the clerk, and I said, hey, I need your help. I can't find my child. He was like, sure, what does he look like? I said, Spider-Man. He was like, excuse me? I said, he's dressed up like Spider-Man. He was like, ma'am, it's February. I was like, I understand that. Every day is Halloween in my home. Are you going to help me? Finally, he was scared, and he realized he needed to help me. So we started looking everywhere. We couldn't find Andrew, and I'm freaking out. Finally, this lady yells out, I've got him. So we go running over there, and there was Andrew sitting up against the wall like this. And I was so happy to find my child. And at the same time, I was so incredibly mad at him. So I picked him up, and we went straight to the dressing room because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. So I put him on the little bench, and I said, you do not run away from mommy. And he put his little head down, and I started feeling so bad because I thought he was going to cry. He looked up. What do you do with that? I just turned around and started laughing and realized I had no control. When we got home after that dressing room and that mall incident, I started thinking about how many invisible costumes do I wear in my life? Or how many invisible costumes have I worn in my life? Because I don't know about you, but as I was growing up, if I was with this group, I acted one way. If I was with this group, I acted differently. And if I was with this group, I acted completely differently. Because see, I'm a people pleaser, and I want people to like me. So I would change who I was depending on the group I was with. Problem was, I started to get real confused as to who I was supposed to be with each group. If you're gonna have the best impact on the people around you and your students, you gotta shed that invisible costume and let people see who you really are. But I need you to understand that not everybody's gonna like you. Deal with it. Not everybody's gonna like you when you're fake, and not everybody's gonna like you when you're real, so you might as well just be real and deal with it.